Yes, good evening. Welcome back to Football Heritage TV as the transfer market is going into overdrive, depending on who you support. Tottenham Hotspur, my club, well, not a lot's going on at the moment. Only one player we're in talks with. But for other clubs, there are deals happening left, right and centre. And again, the last 2 days, the market has gone mental. Everybody's ringing up everybody else about trying to take their players. Lots of players are being linked away from their current clubs. Free transfers going on. We've got Everton and Sunderland starting to make moves in the market. Everton and Sunderland compared to Tottenham Hotspur. It's crazy. But hey, we're not just here for Spurs. We're here to have a general chit chat about football. And we're going to have another look at some of what Ornstein and Plettenberg and Romano and the likes are all saying. So let's get into it, shall we? I get sent, I can't begin to tell you, I get sent so much on a daily basis. Like every time I look at my WhatsApp, people send me screenshots of things that they probably think I've not seen. And I end up getting the same thing 100 times. So for example, tonight I've been sent the same screenshot about 7 times, if I'm honest, which is that West Ham have been offered, apparently been offered 3 players by Chelsea for Kudus, but they apparently just want straight up cash. I don't know. Listen, we love it and it drives us mad at the same time, isn't it? The transfer window. We love it. We love hearing the news. We love hearing all the stories and the reports and the rumours. Then we get the people that go, oh, I don't believe any of it. This is all nonsense. But yet they still watch the YouTube shows, don't they? So we'll have a little look around, see what's going on. What we'll do is I'll start by, look, I'll show you just some things that have been sent to me. That I'll show you all of these different things have been sent to me. All of these things being sent to me. The last thing that was sent to me was that according to the @ex West Ham United employee, who apparently I'm told is the go-to person for news in the West Ham sphere. I don't know. I'm just passing on information. So Chelsea have offered West Ham 2 to 3 players for Tottenham. Target Mohamed Kudus. But West Ham want straight money. We'll see. The next one that was sent to me, we're going to go through this in a minute with Romano, is about Tierno Barry. Lots saying tonight that interesting that Fulham's left back, Anthony Robinson, is on the Spurs radar. Now, that will raise some eyebrows, won't it? That will raise some eyebrows because people will go, oh, well, we've got a Dogie. I'll be brutally honest. I'd take Robinson and make a Dogie work for his place. I think Robinson is much better. But that's just me. What else has been sent to me? That Lionel Messi is now free to negotiate. There you go. Spurs are getting Lionel Messi. Yeah, ITK Savva, you heard it here first. Lionel Messi is now free to negotiate with any club with his contract at Inter Miami coming to an end in December. Apparently there. There's a good one. There's a good one, isn't it? For Brighton Hove Albion. They're delighted to confirm the signing of defender Olivier Buscaglia on a 5-year contract. That is on a free transfer as well. A free transfer. According to Laurie Whitewell, who works for The Athletic, I believe, Tottenham made a 70 million bid for Brian Mbeumo this summer. We'll see. There's a graph that was sent to me for the best dribblers. You can see, look at the other side to my finger. So nearest my ear, you can see Mohamed Kudus. Look at him out there. Jesus, look how good he is dribbling. You got that. There's this one that was sent to me. That Castello Lakiba is open to a departure from RB Leipzig. Tottenham, Bayern and Liverpool interested in the French international. His release clause is only 90 million euros. But Leipzig and Lakiba are okay for him to be sold for less. Let's see. We'll talk about that one in a minute because it is this one that this today has gathered a lot of pace. It is Jadon Sancho to Juventus. Lots of people saying, well, Man United are going to struggle to get rid of their players. I've just got this feeling that they will. And then this one was sent to me earlier. Peter O'Rourke. So West Ham have rejected Tottenham's opening bid of 50 million plus 5 million in add-ons. You never ever know, do you? And there's the Spurs 5. You never ever know what's going on in the world of transfers, but we love talking about it. So big up to each and every one of you. Come on, a nice late night stream. Well, depending on how old you are, this is late. I don't really sleep a lot, so for me, this isn't really that late, but for some people it might be. There are 170 people in here and growing. Please smash that like button. Only 44 likes. If you haven't subscribed, we are only 170 away from 19,000. 170 away from 19,000. Guys, girls, we got a poll out there. I've gone at the bottom end of the table today and said, who has had the best window so far? Is it Leeds United, who have signed a couple of players? Is it Sunderland, who have signed a couple of players? Or is it Everton, who have signed some players, but also managed to keep hold of people like Jared Brentford, tying him up on a new contract? Tonight, we're going to be talking about Jonathan David, Tierno Barry, Immobile. Remember him, Immobile? He's coming back to Europe. Mohamed Kudus, his name won't go away, will it? Jadon Sancho, Baena, great player, has signed for Atletico Madrid. Oh my gosh, what a great deal that is. I think it was about 45 million. We've got Noni Madueke. He is in demand, apparently, and Arsenal, one of those clubs who are speaking to him, not necessarily speaking to his club, but speaking to him. So there is a lot going on. There is a lot going on. Let's start, shall we? Ryan. I mean, for Baena, what a signing that is for Atletico Madrid. Listen, they've changed directors of football, obviously with Berta going to Arsenal, but they're still getting those deals. 40 to 45 million for Baena is an absolute bargain. I'm going to say that sort of a deal is going to be very difficult to be beaten in this transfer window. You think that is roughly what we paid for Matisse Tell? I mean, it's utterly crazy money. Big up to each and every one of you. Let's start, shall we? Should we start as we mean to go on? Should we say some hellos? We'll say some hellos and then we'll get to Fabrizio Romano and Ornstein and all them lot. We'll have a look, won't we? Big up to Adiz. How you doing, Adiz? Hope you're well. Even Sunderland, yeah, it is concerning. I was speaking to Ash, you know, Ash, who's always in the chat, Ash7, I think he goes by on here. And he said, we're going to have a bad window, aren't we? You know, I said, yeah, well, it's really concerning when Everton and Sunderland are doing business and Tottenham aren't. You know, I've always said, oh, it's okay, because only the big clubs have done business. But then you start seeing everyone else do business and you go, oh, bloody hell, it's gonna be one of them windows. And by one of them windows, I mean the same bloody window. Also, Sammy Mockbell was on Last Word on Spurs earlier talking about how 6 big clubs want Mohamed Kudus. And I find that funny because we've got Spurs fans saying they wouldn't want him and the big clubs want him. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. Good evening to Craig Henshaw. How you doing, Craig? I hope you're well. I think it will happen. I don't. I'd love it to. I don't. I just feel like bigger clubs will come in. Food chain. Big up to Marios. Thank you for the super sticker at the end of the last show. I only got it as the credits were rolling, so to speak. Good evening to Ryan G. Big up, Ryan, channel member. Big up to Vindaloo. Big up to Drula. Drula is a franker. Yes, she is. And if she is, so am I. Big up to you. Good evening to Angus. He's in here to tell us about how much he wants Noni Madueke to be wearing an Arsenal shirt next season. Good evening to the richest man, Hennessy. So damn, another stream. Savva does not stop. It's the summer transfer window. We have got content galore for you guys. Good evening to the Cookmeister. If you're about, Mark, feel free. You can jump on. There's Chloe. How you doing, Chloe? Long time no see. Yeah, you've not caught a stream in a while, but here you are. Good evening to you. I hope you are well. Good evening to Rob. Frank, how you doing, Rob? Another mod of mine, another channel member in Mark. Dean Law is here. Simon is here talking about Crystal Palace and Diamonde. We'll get to that as well. Don't you worry about that. Angus is winding up Chloe already, saying that they'll have Eze. Obviously, she's a Crystal Palace fan. Phil Coys, good evening. Kudus would be a great start. Yeah, we'll see. I'm the more and more I hear about how many clubs are after this guy, the more and more I think there is not a chance Tottenham Hotspur are going to get him. And unfortunately, that's just the way the world works. Good evening to Jack. How you doing, my man? Said everyone had the best window out of your options. Signing Jared to a deal is mint. I think, everyone, Everton, I think you meant to say there. Predicted text has let you down. Lets me down every day, the old predicted text. Chloe just biting back at Angus saying, no bids yet. But he will probably leave this summer. I'll be shocked otherwise. Yeah, I think he will leave. Mr. Post Office being a dick as usual. No, I'm not saying I'm special. I'm just saying I get hundreds of them, the same ones as well. I'm just saying I get loads of them. No need to be a dick about it. Don't like it when people like you start acting like twats, because I've got low tolerance for it and I will call it out. Good evening to Definitely Main. How you doing, my man? Definitely not an ITK. I'm just reporting what I hear, my man. That's all it is. I would love him in the door. I've just got a feeling. As I said, Chelsea are there. We're hearing that there's 5 or 6 big clubs after him. Mark, let's be brutally honest. We've probably got loads of Spurs fans who wouldn't want Messi. Our fan base is the strangest fan base in the world. We really are a strange breed of people. Big up to Ian JD. Said, have we signed a top quality first team player yet? Nope. Is Paratici back? Not that I've seen. Not that I've seen. We were told, weren't we, that he was joining the day after his worldwide ban ended. It's not happened as far as I can see. Absolutely, Mark. We've got to sort that out, haven't we? It's not 41 now. We are at 90, but we should be at 150. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Good evening to everyone else that I've missed. I can't do that all day. Angus just wants a here we go for Gyökeres. Don't forget Madueke. You want a here we go for Madueke as well. Big up to Matty K, who's in the house. Big up to Hennessy. Said used to be up to 3, 4 a.m. in the uni house. Since coming home, I sleep at 11:30. Oh, I wish I slept at 11:30. I'm just not that sort of, I just can't do it. I'm currently watching a box set on Netflix as well called Department Q. So I've got 2 more episodes of that when I finish streaming. Good evening to Chop Cheese. How you doing, Chop Cheese? Hope you're well. Chop Cheese, tell these lot to smash the like button. And don't be afraid to subscribe. The link is in the chat, people, and it is pinned. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's go to good evening, Ellie. Good evening, Ellie, to you as well. Bobby Andrews here said Eze will go to Arsenal and Harvey Elliott will go to Palace. I tell you what, tonight I've seen the first link with Newcastle for Harvey Elliott. I'll be gutted. I think he's a really good footballer. I do. I think we're missing a trick here, Spurs, on so many of these footballers. But anyway, let's get going. There's so many of you in here. There's so many of you in it. There's so many of you in here at the moment. I can't get around and say hello to everybody. But what's happening, Savva? Happening. How are you, Ledoux? Kudus, Garnacho, Robinson would be nice. Listen. Anything would be nice at this moment, wouldn't it? Anything would be nice. Let's have a look, shall we? Should we have a little look what our man Fabrizio Romano saying, and then we'll have a look at some of the others as well. Big up to Johnny Morgan. To big up Sav, you know, it's going to be one of those windows when Jonathan David, a free link of ours for 1.5 years, is signing in Italy. Listen, all I've heard from people is that Italy have got no money, and yet they keep all these clubs in Italy keep making signings. Crazy, Johnny. Yeah, Juventus look like they're doing, but they're now after Jadon Sancho. It is what it is. Big up to you. Thank you. I will. Yeah, listen, every now and then I like to call them out. It's good fun. I like to call them out. Wacka Wacky. Is this Wacka Wacky Paranormal? Was that your old account or just a new person? Same old Tottenham. Always linked to top quality, but end up we are getting kids. I tell you what, I've got a feeling, Ash and I were talking earlier, and I hope you don't mind me saying this if you are watching, Ash. You just know it's going to be Tyler Dibbling, don't you? I mean, like the names that roll off, don't they? Kudus, Semenyo, Buemo, Eze, Simons. You just know it's going to be Tyler Dibbling. And as Ash said to me earlier, he said, you're just waiting for the Spurs see him as a top priority. But we'll see. And then I wonder if people will then say, oh, God, I wish we got Kudus. Big up, Phil. Yeah, what do you and the wife think of it? I like it. I like the actors. I think there's some great acting in it. And the main guy is very good. Anyway, yeah, this is a good question from a Spurs perspective. So why is there not a discussion of people leaving? Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Chloe, we're a special breed at Tottenham. We're a special breed. Seeing fans go, oh, he's not what we need. I beg to differ. We've got, other than James Maddison, we've got about as much creativity as me putting Stewie the Pug out there on right wing. Do you know what I mean? Let's have a look. Let's finally get there. Let's get there. Where are we? Big up to each and every one of you. Okay, let's have a look, shall we? So if we start off, there's a lovely picture of Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. Let's just make sure nothing's happened in the last couple of seconds. So here we go. What's happening tonight? This has been up there for ages, isn't it? The old that's been up there since June the 2nd. We're now in July the 2nd. So that's been up there for ages. Anyway, here we go. So Napoli remain confident to get Sam Bakima done. Talks to continue this week. The player has agreed terms with Napoli weeks ago. Now, I tell you what, guys and girls, again, I keep hearing there's no money, but Napoli in Italy, they're going after Noah Lang as well, right? They're going after Darwin Núñez. Who am I missing that they've already signed? But they've already Kevin De Bruyne, of course. They've already signed Kevin De Bruyne. Who else did they sign? Can't remember, but I mean, they're signing players. They are signing players. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. Milan are buying people. Napoli are buying people. Atalanta are buying people. Como, but I keep being told there's no money in any other leagues other than the Premiership. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's scroll down. So here we go. This is an interesting one, isn't it? There's an interesting one. What do we make of this, people? Let's all chat Jadon Sancho. Let's all chat Jadon Sancho. Now, this is a guy that for years has had so much promise, so much hope. He's played for Man City, Borussia Dortmund, Man United, and now could be on his way to Juventus. Hang on 1 second. Let me just... no, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, it is. Bear with me 1 second. Live. No, I want mine. I keep going to that channel. I want my channel. Football Heritage TV. There we go. Share, create post. And we're live. Oh, if I could spell that, would be great. Let's have a look what's been said here. After Jonathan David deal done. Yeah, Jonathan David to Juventus on a free. They've now got Jonathan David. They've got Colin Mawani, who's there on loan, I believe. And they've also got Dusan Vlahovic. Does that mean that Dusan Vlahovic could be available? Is that a player that a lot of clubs would be looking at in this striker market? Let's see. It said Juventus have called Man United and Sancho's camp again this week. Fenerbahce are out of the race and never been in concrete talks. Juventus made contact to discuss conditions of the deal. More clubs have also reached out to Sancho's camp. What do we make of this one, people? Man United clearly needs to move him on to make space, don't they? They've brought in Cunha. They need to bring in Buemo. Talks of them bringing in maybe an Ollie Watkins, someone like that. But they need to free up space. They need to get funds and they need to free up wages. So what do people make about Jadon Sancho? Good move to Juventus. Will he be able to get it over the line? Are the wages going to be a stumbling block? Let's see. Very rich of you, Matty Cade, say that somebody posts and tweets for Waffle. I've never known anyone Waffle like you, young man, but big up to you. So let me know what you're thinking. Jadon Sancho. What are we saying? Let's have a look. Where are we? Have we got there yet? Oh, hang on, I'm still behind. Where are we? Where are we? Hang on, I'm just waiting to see if anyone said anything about Jadon Sancho. People saying, is he on 350k per week? I can't see that Juve will pay that. I don't know what let's have a look. Should we have a look at what Juve pay their players? Let's have a look. Juventus. So Juventus have got, here we go. Look at this. Look at this. I'll show you. Shall I show you this? Let's remove this. I can come back to that in a minute. Present. Share screen. Here you go. So these are Juventus wages. Look at that. Look at that. So you've got Dusan Vlahovic is on 373,000 euros. Let's have a look. Hang on. 19 million euros in pounds. So he's taking home 16.4 million pounds per year in wages. And then the next players are Baena on 178,000, and then Douglas Luiz on 160,000. So you can see there that they've, other than Vlahovic, there's only 2 or 3 on massive wages. But hey, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money if you want to get Dusan Vlahovic, unless he lowers that wage. 300. Let's have a look. 373,000 euros in pounds. So he's on 322,000 pounds per week. That's a huge wage. But apparently his contract is up, as you see there, in 1 year. So that could change things massively. That could change things. That's a lot of money for Dusan Vlahovic. Interesting. Will they be able to pay that money? By the way, we can look at anyone's wages on this page. We'll come back to that in a minute, but let's go back to Fabrizio Romano. We'll look at Ornstein and all the others as well a little bit later. After that, Jadon Sancho. Look at this for a story, people. Look at this for a late night story on a Wednesday. It doesn't really matter what day it is, unless you're people who do Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, which is a thing of the past for me. Let's have a look. Denzel Dumfries has a 25 million euro release clause. That is a bargain. Valid until mid-July, so for a couple more weeks. Understand that Barcelona have been showing interest in recent months, but no formal proposal or official approach made. Denzel Dumfries with a 20. Now, it doesn't say that he wants to leave. It doesn't say he's unhappy. It's just stating that if anyone wants him in the next couple of weeks, you can do so for 25 million euros. 25 million euros. That's a bargain, isn't it, for a player of that quality? Absolutely crazy. Again, Matty, he doesn't understand how transfers work. Why didn't we go get David? He's gone to Juventus. You know the way Kolo Muani turned us down to go to Juventus? yeah, Jonathan David would have turned us down to go to Juventus as well. Again, Matty, you're not quite understanding how our transfers work. Big up Bobby. He said, this is how idiotic some of our fan base are. The amount of fans are saying we should go in for Vlahovic. He will end up in Saudi. I can't see him ending up at Spurs. I can see him ending up somewhere, but it'll have to be somewhere that can pay these massive wages. I don't see him ending up at Spurs at all, but I think he's going to end up somewhere massive. I really do. I really do. I'll tell you what. I mean, this guy. Do you remember him against? Quickly get this out of Barcelona in the Champions League. He was just such a nuisance in the air. So powerful lad, but a 25 million euro release clause that is valid until mid-July. Doesn't mean he's moving. Doesn't mean he's moving, but it means that somebody can put that bid in. So, i.e., if Denzel Dumfries talks to Barcelona and they say, we're going to bid for you, do you want to join? He says, yep. And then they go and put in the 25 million euros, they're going to get their man. What a crazy clause to have in the contract. Good evening to you, my man. How you doing, Pete? Hope you're well, mate. Big up to you. Crazy. It is always nice to dream. It is always nice to dream. As Spurs fans, it's as close as we get to it. But listen, as I said, there are certain shops that you shop in and there are certain shops that you don't. It's just the way it is. Let's scroll down. So after Dusan Vlahovic and Denzel Dumfries, we've got here, there is a done deal. Even Everton moving. Everton making moves in the transfer market. Tierno Barry to Everton. Here we go. Deal in place for the 22-year-old striker to join from Villarreal. Package worth 35 million euros plus add-ons. New striker for David Moyes, who was also wanted by more Premier League clubs. Now, this is a guy that signed a 5-year contract last year, guys and girls. He signed a 5-year contract. And has played 1 year and left. So he had a 5-year contract at Villarreal and has been bought out of it, I suppose, already. I know that we did this the other day. He's got 1 goal in. He's a 1 goal in 3 man in his time at Villarreal. So it'll be interesting to see what he does at Everton. But he is 6'5". So if you were looking at somebody, hang on, here we go. 1 second. Oh, sorry, I can't take this seriously. I've got somebody called Colin in my comments trying to tell me that Brennan Johnson's better than Kudus. And that's the problem with Spurs fans right there. See, we get offered you get the chance to sign a top player, and we think our crappy players are better than them. So this guy is 6'5". We know that that's got David Moyes written all over it. So let's see what happens. We've got 3 humans on over 100k a week. When fans scream to sign some of these players, they need to consider wages. Listen, I just feel, Bobby, you know me. You've watched me long enough to know. I just don't understand how some of our fans don't understand how our club operates and what we're capable of. Now, we could try and go toe-to-toe with Juventus for Jonathan David, but it's Juventus, the name, the pull. Juventus are doing big things in this market. They'll be saying, hey, we're going to challenge for the title this year. When people are saying, we should have just gone for him, it's just, everyone thinks it's Football Manager. But they don't actually think about all of these other things, all of these other aspects. Where are we? Let's have a look. Breaking news. Tottenham have agreed terms with Dusan Vlahovic, cousin stepbrother Ivan Chipovic. Oh, dearie me. Mate, I'll tell you what, Jack, you watch. If Spurs sign Tyler Dibbling, we'll have loads of people going, yeah, I would have rather him than Kudus anyway. When whilst Kudus will end up at a better club than Tottenham Hotspur. But it's just what we do. Matty K, he's technically awful. Yeah, he is. But to call our top scorer crap, I think he's a crap footballer. He puts the ball in the net from tap-ins, but he's a crap footballer. So you can say it's a bit ungrateful, but hey, let's be fair. We've learned from you, Matty, today that you like some really bad footballers. We've learned that today. Don't worry. I think as you get a little bit older, I think you'll learn the difference between a good footballer or not. Big up to you, my man. Big up to you. Right. I've never seen a bloke get the ball and not know what to do with it more than Brennan Johnson. Like, he just looks scared of his own shadow. Anyway, let's move on. So, Tierno Barry going to Everton. Everton look like they've got their new striker. I'll tell you what, Jack, let me put the link in here, right? Let me put the link in here for you. So if you see the link in here, Jack, will say membership at the bottom. Okay, look, I'll show you. 1037. There you go. So if you click on that, Jack, on that. There you go. Click on that. I agree, Alex. Look, as I've said before, we are so sentimental. We are so sentimental. Oh my gosh, he scored our winner in the final. You can't let him go. If anyone came in right now and went 40 million, Brennan Johnson, done, deal, done. Listen, we constantly claim we want to get better as a club, but we constantly want to keep hold of average footballers. And then, oh, it's very ungrateful. You're so ungrateful. Oh, you don't deserve it. Come on, what are we doing here? There we go. Absolutely. This. Our fans saying just buy Eze instead of Kudus. Hate to break it to them. He has a choice. Again, football fans don't seem to realise the player does have a say in things. No, the player has the only say where they end up. The clubs don't decide. The player decides. Yeah. Oh, you're going to go there for 50 million. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't want to go. Done. Over. Out. It is what it is. Please keep smashing that subscribe button. We haven't had one person throughout this entire show. Come on, people. And only 145 likes. Smash that button before we do anything else. Let's have a look down from Tierno Barry. Tierno Barry, so Caligari, a midfielder, and Antoine Makumbu has just signed for Samsunspor in Turkey. This is an interesting one. Jan Sommer is one of the names on Galatasaray's list for a new goalkeeper, but not the only one. There are several options considered. No approach has been made with player or Inter so far, and Inter are in trouble financially. We know that, so they could be losing more players like Jurgen Sommer, who I think Jurgen Sommer, I keep saying Jurgen, Jan. I think Jan Sommer's a good goalkeeper. There we go. The news that many didn't want. Understand that Juventus have now booked the medical for Jonathan David on Friday. Here we go. Revealed and confirmed since this morning. So once you get the old Romano, here we go. Jonathan David to be playing in Italy for Juventus. When people put this in, please tell me where from. Please tell me where from. Otherwise, it just seems made up. Who said that he's in talks with Palace? Let me know. Be good to know. It'll be good to know. Big up to my man, James. James is going to be the latest person to try and help Matty K on his football journey. I would not take Calvert-Lewin on a free under any circumstances. No, that would serve absolutely zero purpose to Tottenham Hotspur. Sorry, did I say 14? I meant 14, 1-4. I just can't watch him play. It bores me to tears. Honestly, watching him play, I'm looking going, how are you a pro? Like, he can't his controls crap, he can't pass. It's if getting tap-ins is an art, he's great at it. But other than that, no. Rich, yeah, you're right. Good servant. Yeah. Been a great servant. Yeah, he could, yeah, but we all know that you like bad players as well. He hasn't won me over at all. Brennan Johnson has not won me over at all. I can't stand watching him play. I mean, I come from an era when I watched wingers play football. I watched strikers that could play football. And now I've got to watch Brennan Johnson every week. Nah, not for me. Nah, I've got standards. I'm not moving from my standards. When you go on the page at the top, it should say membership. So when you click on it, it should go across, click the membership tab. Absolutely, Brett, you're spot on. Yeah, as I said, as far as tapping in goes, he's absolutely brilliant at it. As far as anything else goes, it's pretty embarrassing, if we're going to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one there. So Jonathan David is going to be a Juventus player, a striker I wanted, but again, when the big clubs get involved, what can you do? There you go, old school. Ciro Immobile, what a great striker he's been down the years. Here we go, deal in place as Immobile will now terminate his contract at Besiktas, and he'll sign a one-year deal plus an option for 1 season at Bologna. And Federico Bernardeschi will also sign for Bologna as exclusively revealed. So Bologna looking like they're getting Bernardeschi and Immobile. And let's have a look at Immobile, shall we? If Immobile, what's his name? Ciro. Let's have a look. Ciro Immobile. I mean, this guy has got loads of goals in his career. I'm just having a little look. Ciro Immobile. Let's have a look. He's got 304 goals in 577 games. So he's a 1 in 2 striker. He's had seasons where he's banged in. I mean, wow. In 1 year at Lazio, he banged in 41. 2 years later, he banged in 39. 2 years later, 32. He's got 28 when he was on loan at Pescara. 23 in a year at Torino. At Juventus, oh my God, at Juventus, he got 340 games, 207 goals, and also got 17 in 57 for the national team. Now, we know, obviously, I'm not suggesting we sign him. He's let's see how old he is now, 36 maybe. Let's have a look, 35 years of age. But what a great career Ciro Immobile has had. He's a goal scorer. Not many of them about. An absolute out-and-out goal scorer. And absolutely, Bryce. Big up to you. Good evening, my man. Hope you're well. Or good morning, maybe for you. Absolutely. This is it. I always ask this question, don't I? You always hear me asking it, Bryce. If X player played for X club, would we still rate them? I said it this morning. If Solomon currently played for Sunderland, no one would want to buy him, right? If Brennan Johnson currently played for Leeds United, no one would want to buy him. We just have this weird affinity. I think you'll get him still scoring goals, but I don't think he's a good footballer technically. For me, we'll see. We'll see. What's up, Leo? How you doing, my man? Said, I have a lot to say on your calling show tomorrow. I will not be holding back. That's what the calling show is for. Matty, please stop trolling, mate. You're exactly what you just said there. You're the one with sentimentality. But you are Daniel Levy-in, so it is what it is. Yeah, mate, we turn down everyone. We've got, our fan base, honestly, the craziest fan base ever. Where are we? Let's have a look. So Ciro Immobile, big up to him, 35, still getting moves. Arsenal and Brentford have exchanged all paperwork for Christian Norgard. I'll be honest, I would have taken him for a couple of years. By the way, no, actually, before we carry on, guys and girls, there's nearly 400 of you in here and 160 likes. Why are we not getting the likes? You keep coming back. You keep watching my shows. Surely you must like it enough to smash that like button. Please, please, please smash that like button. But that's a player, I'll be honest, I would have taken him for 2 years, but I think it's a sensible signing. I think Arsenal fans will realise that once they get their bigger players over the line. But for me, experienced senior pro, Premier League proven, captain of a Premier League club. And I think he'll be a great squad addition for Arsenal. So Arsenal have got that deal. All the paperwork is done for Christian Norgard. As we scroll down, there you go. Ajax striker Brian Brobbey. Brian Brobbey or Broby has new representatives. That's not a story for Brizio. Come on. There we go. We knew that, didn't we? He's already done that one. There you go. Napoli maintain their optimism to get Noah Lang with new bid expected soon. There's also now direct contact scheduled with the players' camp. Lang wants Napoli and PSV are set to receive new proposal. Talks underway. Noah Lang, another one a lot of people have been talking about across Europe. We'll see how that gets on. But Napoli strengthening squad depth going in for Antonio Conte and the Serie A champions. There is a membership tab. It's there. I clicked on the link myself. You click on the link, and then when you go, that takes you there. You'll see home, videos, shorts, live, playlists, posts, and membership. That's what you type in. Memberships. It's there. It's there. Jack, ask anybody else ask any of the members in here if they know how to get there. If I'm saying it wrong. I would definitely take Denzel Dumfries at 25 million. Absolutely. I'd take Dumfries on the right and Anthony Robinson on the left. There you go. Miss Bunny, completely agree. Also embarrassing is the chat not hitting the like button. Absolutely. Absolutely, people. We should be on 250. Where are we? Let's scroll down, shall we? Let's see. There you go. Federico Bernardeschi and Bologna. Here we go soon. A matter of time. There we go. So they're getting Bernardeschi and so he's left the MLS and he is joining Bologna alongside Immobile. Former Milan and El Nassr assistant coach Luciano Vulcano has agreed to join Sunderland as an assistant coach. There we go. There we go. Now look at this. This is a deal and a half. This has got to be one of the best deals I've seen already in this window. This has got to be one of the best deals I've seen. Officially confirmed. Alex Baena joins Atletico Madrid from Villarreal for 45 million euros plus 5 million euro add-ons. This is an insane footballer at an insane price. Big up to him. And well done to Madrid for getting that deal done. That's a serious signing. Atletico Madrid are so good in the transfer market. Big up to Alf, who's worked out how to become a YouTube member. Unlike Jack. Big up, Alf. Thank you very much. Alf, you can now be part of the Football Heritage TV member-only shows once a week. I think we had one on Monday or Tuesday, whenever it was this week, Monday. And we're going to have one next week as well. So big up to you, Alf. Thank you very much for that. I really, really do appreciate that. Jack, I don't know how you've not found it. It says, it is there, my man. It is there. If you go to my homepage and click membership, Alf, can you talk Jack through how you did it or send the link in here to how you did it, please, for Jack? Johnson is a poor footballer but an instinctive tapping merchant, and our club are keeping him more for them as they can get a better player who scores just as many. Listen, I think it's all well and good in being a tapping merchant, Ellie, but I think you're right. We can do better. For me, I need a right-sided player if he's going to play there to do more than just get tap-ins. I need to see him troubling fullbacks, running at them, getting crosses in. Oh, Aiden, absolutely. It's mad. 4 years ago, we had Prime, Son, Kane, Bale. Now Johnson, Solanke, Tell, and Odegaard. It makes me a bit sick, if I'm completely honest. Makes me a little bit sick. Never mind. Well, for someone who's leaving out, you seem to like every one of his signings. I don't get it. You seem to like every single one of his signings. He's won you a Europa League trophy. You love all of his signings. I don't understand what exactly it is you're leaving out about. As I've called it out many times. I don't get it. Where are we? Let's scroll down. So that was Baena. There you go. That was earlier officially confirmed. The Al Pedro 7-year contract. And Christian Mosquera's plans remain clear. He wants to join Arsenal project despite new contract proposal from Valencia. Full focus on negotiations. Personal terms are agreed. A new bid will be needed after opening one of 14 million euros rejected. So it looks like Arsenal are going low on their squad players and going high on their first team players, which makes sense, doesn't it? Sunderland agreed deal to sign Noah Siddiqui from Union St. Galloy. Here we go. I mean, Sunderland are moving, aren't they? Sunderland are buying players left, right, and centre. And I guess that's what you need to do in order to stay in the Premier League. By the way, you lot, subscribe. Come on, there's 401 of you in here. Smash that subscribe button. The link is pinned. We are only 170 away from 19,000. So make sure you smash that button. Thank you very much. I'm not asking for your money. I am asking for likes and subscribers, though. Brian Hill, as I said, Brian Hill is technically a good footballer. He is technically a good footballer. He doesn't work in all formations. This is where you don't listen. Unfortunately, Phil is another one that doesn't listen to context because his vocabulary is, Tell will come good. Tell will come good. As I said, Brian Hill is technically a very good footballer, but he needs to be in the right setup that play him in the right way. Unfortunately, that's not Tottenham. Unfortunately, that wasn't us. He joined at a time where we didn't really have a plan. But he works very well where he is at the moment in Girona. He's done very well. They like him there because technically he's brilliant. There's nothing wrong with him as a technical footballer. You just don't use your ears. This is the problem, Phil. It's a really bad comeback to me talking about Tell. But listen, you got your wish. You got the signing of Matisse Tell. So now when we don't sign anyone better, just remember you asked for Tell. Just remember that. You asked for him. Bow said, hi, Savva. Typical Spurs ownership. Buy low, sell high strategy. Low balling offers. After all, to be fair, though, have we low balled any offers yet? I'm not sure we have, Bow. I'm not sure we have. I mean, in terms of if we're talking about the 50 million plus 5 for Kudus, I mean, it's an opening offer. Let's see before we all go mad. Alf, yeah, Noah, this one, Noah Lang to play with KDB. Yeah, I like Noah Lang. Good player. Good player. Good player. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Good evening, Harvey. How you doing out there in Turkey? Surely our Champions League qualification should be an incentive. Then again, negotiating with Levy negates that. But again, Stuart, I've said this before. Depends who you're trying to go and get. We're not the only club in Champions League. There are 36 teams in the Champions League. Also, players won't look at the 1 year and go, oh, they're in the Champions League. They're going to go, okay, if I go there, but will we be in the Champions League next year? If I go to that club, they qualify every year. It's not as straightforward as this. This is not a computer game. Listen, Champions League, the incentive is there as long as we can show that alongside it, we're looking to push the envelope a bit more. Where are we? Where are we? Ash, if you're winding me up. Ash, you're winding me up, aren't you? Kudus to Chelsea. Here we go. Ash, why are you putting that in? That's not happened. Ash, why are you putting that in? Come on, man. Let's not troll. Let's not troll. No, listen, I said I would have taken Hayden Hackney instead of Archie Gray. I don't want another championship midfielder that joins us. I just feel like the next one's got to be a senior pro, right? With really good experience. I like Hayden Hackney as well. I really like Hayden Hackney. Where are we? Yeah, mate, it's so disappointing. By the way, that's not true. We haven't had the here we go at all, by the way, we haven't had the here we go for Kudus to Chelsea, but it wouldn't surprise me if we do hear it. I'm not picking on him. Problem is, what you got to realize is Matty comes into these chat rooms and gives it very much this. And most people go, oh, he's only 16. I give it back to him. I give it back to him. But whenever I ask him on, he just goes, oh, hello. He won't say these silly things live on screen. I'd love him to, but he just doesn't. At the Deaconator, press subscribe plus next to the notification bell in this live stream. There you go. I didn't even know that myself. There you go. And let me have, will it show it for me? Because it won't show it, will it? Because it's my channel. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Football Heritage TV. We're live. Let's have a look. See, yeah, I don't have that for me because it's my channel, right? So I don't have it. But it is what it is. Thank you to whoever just subscribed as well. Really appreciated as we chase down the 19,000s. Where are we? When you're going to drop your merch store? I don't feel like anyone would want to buy my buy merchandise if I had any. So I don't think I'll be starting a merch store anytime soon. Sorry, bear with me. Something fell on the floor. I don't think I'll be starting a merch store anytime soon. So listen, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Let's move on from that. Hang on, there we go. Sorry. Scrolled right the way down, didn't we? We were down here. We were past that. We went to Baena, Pedro, Mosquera, Sunderland signing more people. Shankland has agreed to re-sign at the club. Hearts captain Lawrence Shankland. FC Bayern have added Renato Vega, high on the potential for options list for new centre-back this summer. See, I'm going to ask the question, why are the big clubs not coming in for Christian Romero? I'm just asking, why are they not coming in for Christian Romero? I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm not knocking it. I just don't know why they're not. Let's come away from that screen for the moment. Just going to quickly check and see if Ben Jacobs has said anything in the last hour or so about Tottenham Hotspur. Let's have a look. Ben Jacobs. Yeah, Pedro will wear number 20 at Chelsea. Good to know. That's great to know as well. No, not really a lot today from Ben Jacobs. The one was Sunderland in talks with Chelsea over a move for Georgi Petrovic, the goalkeeper. 25 million. Sunderland again looking to make moves. And I think the one thing you've got to say is if people keep giving Chelsea money, they're going to keep making signings. They're going to keep making signings, which is crazy. I've got my doubts. And I don't think it's going to be because everyone just wants to blame Daniel Levy. But hey, I think it's going to be because bigger clubs want him. And as I said, if Chelsea come in for him, they're going to get him. Sunderland will stay up. Somebody said they're still going to go down. Well, listen, fair play to them. They're making moves. They're buying players. They're moving. They're moving fast on players. Hang on, where are we? Let's catch up with the comments a little bit. Where are we? Scott Emerson, Hill, Johnson, Solomon, Tell, all rated by fans. They get the crap club they deserve. Listen, as I said, at the end of the day, I want better than all these footballers. I don't want Hill at this club. I don't want Johnson here. I don't want Tell here. I don't want Solomon. But what I can't have, Scott, like you said, is I can't have people that wanted the likes of Matisse Tell then telling me they want big signings. We just spent £40 million on Matisse Tell. £40 million. It's utterly insane how bad we are in this transfer market. Well, they play in different positions, so I don't understand the question. I want both. I want to take both. For me, this is the problem, Steve. This is a problem, Steve. As I said, I've tried to say this, but I know people don't listen. You've got to remember that footballers aren't silly. Their agents aren't silly. They will look at the club and go, okay, they're in the Champions League this year. What's the likelihood they'll be there next year? Because they've not been in it for the last 3 years or whatever it is. Do we want to make that move based on one season? Or do we want to go over down the road to Chelsea, to Arsenal, to Liverpool? These guys are always in it. It is what it is. Mappin has said it's actually weird how Brennan Johnson gets so much hate. Top scorer last season. I don't think he gets hate. He's just not a very good footballer. He's a very good tap-in scorer. Won us our first European trophy. Well, I mean, if that's the way you want to see it, and there's a section of the fan base that hates him. I don't think anyone hates him. I think people like you that use silly words like hate. I don't hate him. I just don't rate him. There's a huge difference. He seems like a very nice lad. A very nice lad, but it is what it is. You're going to eat your words with Tell next year when Frank in charge. I'm sure I'll eat my words with Tell. But as I've said, I'm going to call you out. Phil Coy, this is someone I've asked for nearly 6 months now to tell me what Tell's good at. And all he can do is project forward. You'll see. Tell me what he's good at. Yeah, no, I've told you. You can't tell me a single thing he's good at. He was absolutely shit in his time here. He was absolutely shit on loan. And fans like you went, I really want to sign Matisse Tell. He's brilliant. You've got what you deserve. You don't deserve any better wingers than this guy now. This is that you've got your left winger. This is the left winger you wanted. You've got him. Mate, Bobby, he can't answer it. I've asked him for months. He cannot answer this. I mean, Mapping, look, I apologise. Actually, no, I don't. I don't apologise for wanting better. I don't apologise. Absolutely auto clips. I think Yao Gomez at Wolves is brilliant. I'd take him all day, every single day. We'll see. Cat Funt has just put in a super sticker. Maybe we're going to start a super sticker trail. Hello, Stanley. Stanley and Stewie have entered the room and have swiftly exited the room. Cat Funt. You know what you've done there with that name. It's very difficult to want to say the other thing. Thank you very much for the £5 super chat. Really appreciate you, my man, or my woman, or my non-binary, whatever you may be. Big up to you. Thank you very much, Cat Funt. Oh, that's a difficult one. Big up to you. Thank you very much. Big up to Matty Cat, who's just stuck in a 79p super sticker. Matty, I've told you, save your money and get some lessons in football players. Big up to you, Matty. Thank you very much, mate. And Jack Deacon, the Deaconator, has worked out how to become a YouTube member. Big up to you. You are the 4th new member for today. Big up to you, Jack. Always appreciated your support over the years. Hope you're well, buddy. And thank you very, very much for becoming a YouTube member. And look out, Jack, for the members only shows. Foxy, my man Foxy's inside the place. Big up, Foxy. How you doing? Said ex-Man City midfielder Tommy Doyle on loan to Birmingham from Wolves. Decent deal for the Blues. Yeah, listen, Birmingham have got, so they've got Tommy Doyle and they've also just got Damari Gray back, right? So Birmingham going up, trying to make some good signings. Let's see, can they go again? Where are we? Yes, so we also just signed a Japanese player for the women's team. That clearly makes both of them marketing decisions. Oh, we love being Spurs fans, don't we, Archer? We love being Spurs fans. Bobby has said we are front running for Kudus now. If someone else comes in for the lad, he goes there. Chelsea come in, offer him a 17-year contract. Said all along, Bobby. Said all along. The problem we've got with any of these players, if the bigger clubs come calling, they're more attractive than Tottenham. They are, unfortunately, they're more attractive. I've come to peace with that. I want the sensible signings. There's so many good players out there in Europe. I'd be going to test Brighton for Matoma. You know, I'd be going for that. Where are we? Savva, I'd rock a Frank fhtv hoodie. Oh, Frank. Oh, my baby. I miss my baby so much. Where are we? Would I take 75 million pesos for Romero? I don't even know how much that is. I don't know. I just don't know how much that is. We'll see. Because Romero's overrated. I hope they've rated because he's not available because he's overrated. Oh, so this was my question about Romero. Ivan Rakitic. What a good player he's been. What a good footballer Ivan Rakitic has been in his career. Foxy, if I'm not wrong, wasn't he Sevilla, Barca, back to Sevilla, if I'm not wrong? And he must have had over 100 Croatian caps. We'll see. Tommy Castillo said, I wish Levy had the same energy towards making Tottenham better as Savva does throwing jabs at Romero. I'm not throwing jabs at him. I keep being told how great he is by everyone. Yet when all these big clubs are trying to buy centre-backs, I'm not seeing any of them bid for Romero. Yeah, really good player. Really, really good footballer. I love technical footballers. Somebody said to me the other day, oh, Savva doesn't like technical players. I was like, Savva loves technical players. Yeah, really, really big fan of João Gomez. I think at some point he will get a move that is bigger than Wolves. So, yeah, I keep an eye on him. I think that he's got a very big future in front of him. Michael George said it's firmly established by now that Romero plays 60% career games. It matters. Yeah, listen, I don't doubt it. And for that very reason, if that's what puts clubs off, that's what puts me off, trying to make him captain and all the hype that he gets. Mapping, one more time, you're getting blocked. You have said this about 9 times. Mapping, I don't know why you need the attention. We've seen it. I've read it out once. Don't need to do it again. Ash says, I can see Spurs get Kudus over us. We still need to sell to buy more. Yeah, but you seem to sell to buy very quickly. You are in talks with selling your goalkeeper, for 25 million, Sunderland. Also, there are other teams, apparently, according to Sammy Mockbell, in for Kudus. So we'll see. Where are we? Where were we? Conquistador. That's a Conquistador. So I hope we are interested in another player after we've been interested in Kudus, Eze, and Bremo and Norgard. I didn't see that we ever were interested in Norgard, and we didn't bid for Eze or Mbuemo to the best of our knowledge. So let's see what happens. Guys and girls in the chat, by the way, can I just ask, please, can we keep everything football? I don't want anything about race, religion, sexual orientation, beliefs, politics. Come on, let's just keep this football, shall we? I'll take either of them. I really like Elliott, though. I think there's something about him. Paqueta's a very good player, but there's something about Harvey Elliott. He's just got that, I don't know, I like him. I think he's going to end up somewhere good as well. So, yeah. Chelsea, to be fair, haven't been in the champs at the same time as Tottenham. Abs, you know what I mean. Chelsea are the second most decorated club in Europe in the last 20 years. Like, come on, it's probabilities. They're going to want to know about winning trophies, Champions Leagues, blah, blah, blah. Come on. Romero will be dragged out to the end of the transfer window. Well, at the moment, there's nothing to drag out, but I hear you. Yeah, workers' reading room, bang on. People think if you don't call players the next Messi, you must hate them. It's mad, isn't it? Me saying I don't rate Brennan Johnson. Oh, the hate he gets. There's no hate. Me not rating a player doesn't mean I hate the player. Crazy, isn't it? Everyone takes everything so personally. These are Brennan Johnson's a multi-millionaire pound footballer. Me not rating him is okay. One, Dan and his boot said, Savva, if Son leaves, who would you like to see in the current squad to be full-time captain? I wouldn't. I want to sign someone. I don't think there's any leaders and captains in the club. I would want to sign someone. I'd really, really want to sign someone. We'll see. I mean, other than that, you're looking at what? Maddison, Romero. I don't think either of those two are captains either. So we'll see. Jackie boy, people always say this. Listen, my style of YouTube is I like to interact. I think you lot love it. You love me bringing up comments I like, comments I don't, and just talking. That's what I think it should be about. Then we have the panel shows where we're having, less interaction. But when it's just me, I like the interaction. Tell is the next Frank Ribery. I'll tell you what, I wish he was. And I saw a message from Scott M. I thought was right. Tell was bad at Bayern. What is the absolutely? I thought he was poor at Bayern. I think he's been poor at Tottenham. I keep hearing he works hard. So you want someone who works hard? Go and get Mo Farah. He'll run around for you all day. Yeah, Abs. I really hope that we get Kudus quick as well. I just know Tottenham, and listen, I really hope we get him. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Oh, bear me. Bless me. Thank you. Thank you for anyone who's saying that at home. The deconator to football heritage. Here we go. We've got the official Romano. Here we go. Yeah, guys, it just feels like we need it, don't we? I see. Absolutely. Ash, playing a different style. We might not have as many opportunities for tap-ins. And absolutely, I don't want to see tap-ins. I want to see us play. Big up to Ant Kakarous. How you doing, my man? Big up to you. Really hope you. I've explained it before. You chose not to listen. 40 million will look like a bargain next year. 40 million won't look like a bargain. No, you have not explained to me before. Everyone's asked you an earful. You just can't explain because there's nothing you can say that we'll believe. Foxy, I like Andre. I thought when Spurs played Wolves, what was it, 4-2, 4-3, whatever that game was, 4-2. I thought him and Yao Gomez in central midfield were excellent. I like him. I agree with you. I think he'll have a very good season this year. I think he's a good player. Absolutely. Corey, you were in the WhatsApp group as well. He never answered once, did he? He said, bro, come on, Fraser Savva's asked you what doubt Tell bring to the squad. I will answer this so you don't have to. Here it goes. Overhyped kid the Bayern bought 2 seasons ago due to noise. I agree with you, Corey. You can back me up. I asked Phil, what is it about sell? I always said, sell him to me. Sell Tell to me. You'll see. It's like, well, that's not an answer. It's somebody that can't debate. You'll see. Name us top 5 wingers better than Johnson in the Prem in terms of output. But who said about output? He's not scoring those goals as a winger, is he? He's scoring those goals when he drifts into the box. I want a winger that beats a man. I want a winger that gives a fullback a hard game. For me, Bukayo Saka, right? I want a Bukayo Saka. Hang on, let's have a look. 25. I want to. Okay, so straight away, Mbuemo, Vissa, Cunha, Jared Bowen, Luis Diaz, Cliver, Semenyo. There you go. I've just named about 7 or 8. Thank you very much, Mappin. Thank you. All got better output than Brennan Johnson. But thank you very, very much for coming. And thank you for asking your silly question. You didn't do your own homework. I think that's interesting that you asked the question and then didn't do your own homework on the answers. Please keep smashing that like button. We should be at 300 likes. We're only at 257. So please smash that button. Matty K said, Savva, how do you know? I didn't say that I did know. I didn't say that I did know. I just said that's a player I would love. Matty, don't try and be clever and use my lines back on me. Never said we haven't. I said I'd love to go for Matoma. We might have gone for him. He might have said no. Who knows? I'm just saying I like him as a player. I like it when you try and be clever on something that you've heard. Well done to you. Where are we? Big up to Lynn Simpson, who said some fans are not realistic because, for example, a Gray picked up a medal for England under 21s, but is an average player because he wasn't even used in the final, but he would get hyped like Elliot. Yeah, I completely agree. Jack, I agree. We'll get dibbling and people go, didn't want Kudus as he played for West Ham. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. But you know what? Look, Tyler Dibbling, I can just see it happening. I might be wrong. I can just see it happening. Jamie, for somebody, it's a no-brainer. But you've got to remember, he's going to have to want to go to the club that bid for him first. You know, we could pay the 25 million euros, but if he doesn't want to join Tottenham, for somebody, it's a no-brainer. Again, have you noticed? But Corey, have you noticed? Again, Phil can't answer. Look, have a look. He writes so many words in every message, and I've done this with him a million times. Just tell me 3 things as to why you want Matisse Tell. 3 things. That's all we ask. 3 things. Where are we? Sorry, we'll put this to rest. Cootie is a very good defender, but can I ask why do some of you call him world class? He's not world class. He's not world class. That's all. He's not world class. When Atletico go to Villarreal to purchase Baena at such a good price, no wonder they think they can try and get Romano for 50 million. They haven't taken into consideration the Premier League and Levy tax. Listen, the thing is as well, I think it'll fall under, listen, they'd like to have him, right? But they're not going to be bullied into massive prices for him. And this is a bloke that's always injured. We've got to take that into account, right? This is a bloke that's always injured. Who's always injured. We'll see. Where are we? I really want Savva to read Miss Bunny's comment about Callum Wilson. Where is it? It could be miles back. Miss Bunny, put it in again. I'll read it out. Machina Joe said Savva Rakitic had 106 caps for Croatia. Retired straight after the 2008 World Cup. Could have played until now if he wanted. Class act. I remember watching him for Sevilla and Barcelona. Class footballer. Great technician of the ball. Really good player. And he got that great goal at Wembley against us, didn't he, if I remember rightly? Sorry, is he this guy just repeating the same things? No one said we knew. Matty, stop trying to be clever. It doesn't suit you. Let me try and catch up. Kepa, good signing for the Reds. What about our goalie? Full clear out needed, surely. Listen, a lot of people have been talking about wanting a new goalkeeper. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's going to happen. We've got Kinski, Austin, Vicario, Gunter, Keeley. I just don't think anything's going to happen in that area. Steve, let's say, I want to see Big Dom in the box doing or trying to do what striker is meant to do. I agree. I want to see him in the box more. I'm hoping he has a much better season this year. I'm very, I would say underwhelmed with Solanke, but I'm actually, what's the opposite to underwhelmed? Not overwhelmed. It's what I thought I was getting from him. It's what I thought I was getting from him, which is a hard-working centre forward, but not quite good enough. Not for me. I don't think he's a first-team player. I think that might be the difficulty with Kulu. For me, 2 hit and miss. Danny D, Savva, are you on the sauce again tonight? Am I on the sauce? Yeah, look, it's a pint of vodka. Well done, Danny D. Look, hang on. Hang on. Can I do a pint of vodka? Hang on. Oh, vodka. Idiot. Unfortunately, this twat you see floating around the internet constantly apparently telling everyone I'm a drunk. It's very funny. It's very, very funny. Good evening, Luan. How are you, my man? I hope you're well. Long time no see. Jeff, absolutely. I honestly do think that these people don't understand what wingers do. Phil Coys doesn't understand what a winger's meant to do. Neither did that mapping guy. They just don't understand what a winger's meant to do. But hey, the thing I love about Andre, which goes under the radar, he'll collect the ball in dangerous positions and keep possession, doesn't go hiding. Listen, Foxy, I think he's a really good DM. I do. Ty Dibbling is a brilliant little player. Oh, God. See, Matty, again, this is why I know you're not really Levy out. You want to sign these types of players. It's crazy. Really? What are we doing? No, I know you weren't. Corey, I know you weren't. I've put a list of attributes he's good at before. He never agrees and he got shot down, in my opinion. He never does. No, but by the way, this is a lie, Corey. Phil has never put it down. And again, everybody, look at all the words Phil uses rather than just giving us 3 things that Tell's good at. That's how you know that Phil is trolling and he doesn't really rate him. He cannot tell us 3 things he's good at. 3 things. 3 things he's good at. That's all I'm asking, Phil. Let's put the spotlight on Phil, everybody. 3 things. Playful Spurs, bang on. How bad is it that we are raving about a player that scored 11 Premier League goals and 3 assists in 33 games and 9 appearances as sub? That should not be our standard at this club. Mate, I'm not glossing him. I'm not glossing him at all. I'm not trying to be clever. I was just saying we don't know. We haven't tried for these players. Why don't we go for? How can we say why don't we go for these players? No, Matt, you're not listening. I'm just saying the players I would like. I fully agree. I'm the one that taught you this because you're the one that doesn't understand how football transfers work. Yeah, Phil, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that without you explaining to everybody again. Everyone can actually see. I think this is like the 3rd or 4th time I've tried to get an answer out of you live and no one can ever get an answer. Most people right now would just go, I like this player because of boom, boom, boom. You just can't do it because you know he's shit. Can we still get Arden, Jashuri and Semenyo? No to both. No. Savva, have you watched Fluminense? I think I watched them once. I think I've watched them once. I'll go back and have a look. What's it? John Arias. But I know there's good players all over. Big up. Look who is here. Jacob Wolverine, uncensored. How you doing, Jacob? Hope you're well, my man. Big up to you. Big up to you. And to your fire emoji. Big up to Phil Coy. So yes, Savva, I don't want Kudus from Bremo. They don't know what to do. What? But dude, you wanted Tell. You knew you wanted Tell. So I don't. Sorry. Okay, Matty, what's Tyler Dibbling good at? Tell me what Tyler Dibbling's good at. Let's ask. What's he good at? No, you know what it is with Matty. I love Matty, but what Matty does is if he doesn't get the answer he wants from this person over here, he goes and speaks to this person over here who will validate his answer, and then he comes back and says, yeah, I've just spoken to so-and-so who agrees that I've said. It's just what happens. He'll grow into his opinion. Savva, what dream transfer window based on what seems doable to you right now? I'd like to get in. I'd like Kudus. I'd like a player like Harvey Elliott. I would like someone like a Paulinho or a Manu Kone or a Hulmand. Notice I'm not going for anyone massive. I would like, there's many people I'd like. Many players I'd like, but at the moment, none of it really matters unless Spurs start bidding for players. And the only one that we're in negotiations with that we know about is Kudus. So Romano just tweeted about Richard Rios, did he? Let's have a look. Lots of people talking about Richard Rios. Man City Academy, Radamel Falcao. Inter are among several European clubs asking for information on Richard Rios, the Palmeiras player, among options being considered by the club. Interesting. A lot of people been talking about Richard Rios, haven't they? A lot of people saying he's a very, very good midfielder. Where are we? Lee Jennings said Levy talked about winning the league and Champions League. Get the fans in this club think dribbling is that standard. I just don't get. Honestly, we say some crazy stuff. I'll answer for him, Savva. Tell is quick. Good dribbling one-on-one. No, he's not. His stats one-on-one dribbling are awful. Good shot in the final 20. Terrible shooting. Not that I fully think that or I've seen it at Spurs, but that's his scout report. Okay, thank God you got to that last bit, John. Because all of that I keep hearing, but all of the data that is not the one. Guys and girls, I'm going to leave it there. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. with the Spurs show. And hopefully we'll start getting some more news on some new players, maybe for Mohamed Kudus as well. I've been told off today because I keep saying Kudus when it is Kudus. Kudus, I'm assured it is. Yeah, the player at Bruges is Ardan Jashari, who's in talks with AC Milan. He is a player. He is a player. Okay, pace. Here we go. Pace. Great. Determination. But he hasn't got technique. He hasn't got flair. And his passing and crossing is horrible. So basically, pace and determination. Brilliant. There you go. That's all we need now, guys, to be a Spurs player. This is what we want. No point anyone being Levy out. Just sign players with pace and determination. Timo Werner's got pace and determination. Hasn't he? Timo Werner's got pace and determination. Let's sign him. Hey, it is what it is. Guys, girls, going to leave it there. Take care. Thank you for all your likes. Thank you for the subscribers. Thank you for the super chats. We'll be back at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Let's see what tomorrow holds. One of these days, guys, we're going to go live and Spurs are going to announce something big and we're all going to lose our minds together. It's going to be brilliant. Take care, everyone. And as always, come on, you Spurs.